Angie. This practice is all levels, so be aware to do more or do less when you need to for your body. If you need blocks, have them nearby. And if you don't have blocks at your home, maybe a book, a nice sturdy thick book if you have that. Okay, so we're going to start out today in a seated position, something comfortable and cross-legged for you. Let the hands rest on the knees, turning the palms to face up. So just as a gesture of openness to receive. Lower the chin slightly towards the chest as we humble our heads to our hearts. And just breathe through the nose. First, just finding some evenness and depth to the breath. So finding lengths of the inhales and the exhales to match as much as possible. Allow the back of the throat to start contracting, beginning to find your Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath, your victorious breath. Inhaling the arms up over the head. And as you exhale, twist to the right, left hand to the right knee, right hand could go behind you. Back in center, arms up, breathing in. Exhale to the left. Right hand to the left knee, left hand behind, maybe you bind. Back to center, arms up, inhale. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, begin to rise up, moving into a tabletop position. Spread the knees a little wider than your hips, big toes touch. Exhale back to child's pose, hips to heels, and move into stillness. Listening for your breath, the spaces between the inhales, the exhale. Scan through the body, just be aware of what sort of energy you're bringing to your mat today. Spread the fingers, inhale, lift the hips, curl the toes under, exhale, downward facing dog, send the hips way up and back. Lengthening the legs, spread the fingers, spread the toes, feet are about hip distance apart. Let the eyes drift up. Somewhere between knees or up towards belly button. Or again, somewhere in between. Take both heels high up, inhale. Heels back and down towards the mat, exhale. Heels high, inhale. Keep pressure through the bases of the index fingers. Exhale the heels back and down. One more, heels high, inhale. And exhale the heels back and down. Gaze forward. Walk your feet to the hands. Feet separate about hip distance when you get to the top of the mat. Bend your elbows. Rest the hands in the elbow creases. Soften the knees. Hang forward. So the forearms and your head get super heavy to the floor. If you need some movement there, a sway side to side or shaking the head yes or no, allow for it. But let the movement then bring you into a stillness. Finding somewhere to soften, something to settle. Release the hands. Inhale, bring yourself to standing. Ragdoll, let the head be the last thing to lift. And then feet together and arms to your sides and Samasthiti mountain pose. I'm aware you can't see my head, but that's okay, you don't need to. Inhale, sweep the arms up, gaze lifts. Exhale, forward fold down your legs. Inhale, lengthen, extend. Exhale, step back, hold plank or lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog if you're flowing. And down dog, everybody exhale back. Hands and feet press, rolling the sits bones up towards the ceiling. Ground your heels towards the mat. Dropping the head, release the neck. Stay wide across the upper back. So tendency is going to be for those outer shoulders to sort of roll up. I'm exaggerating that a bit as you kind of crunch into the upper back. But we want them to more roll down. So we're creating wideness between the shoulder and the ear and across the upper back. Engaging, if available, into the sides of the chest. Belly and ribs lift, pelvic floor is drawing up. Gaze forward. Bring the feet to the hands and head up and lengthen when you get there. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, stand all the way up and reach the arms. Exhale, arms down, Samasthiti. Good, sweep arms back up, breathe in. Forward fold, exhale. Lengthen, inhale. Chaturanga back, exhale. Inhale, upward facing. Again, modify as you need. Downward facing dog, exhale. Always do less if you need to do less or if that's not in your practice yet. Finding the balance between ease and effort. So we push ourselves towards those edges or work our way towards those edges, but also being understanding or aware of the times that we need to ease back and soften. Inhale, feet to hands. Lengthen when you get there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Feet press, legs active. Look up, reach up. Exhale, arms down. One more time. Inhale, the arms back up. Forward fold, exhale. Lengthen, inhale. Chaturanga, step or jump back, exhale. Upward facing, inhale. Downward facing, exhale. Heels high, breathe in. Bend the knees, send your chest towards your thighs as you exhale. Keep the heels lifting. Lengthen the legs, inhale. Ground the heels back and down towards the mat, exhale. Gaze forward, step or jump, feet to hands, inhale. Exhale, fold in. Rise and stand, inhale, reach up. Samastihiti, exhale, arms down. Chair pose, inhale, Utkatasana. Forward fold, exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha, lengthen. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, Virabhadrasana A, Warrior One, rise up. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, up dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Left side, Warrior One. Load the back leg, rise up, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Urdhva Mukha, inhale. Lift the ears from the shoulders, down dog. Exhale, draw back. Bend your left knee, ground your right heel. Switch. Plank pose, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Gaze forward, step or jump, feet to hands, inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, bend the knees, lift the arms and chest. Standing, exhale, Samastihiti. Good, adding on, chair pose, inhale. Twisting over to the left, exhale, right elbow outside the left knee. So we draw the hips back, heels ground. Spread the toes, lift the belly, lift the sternum to thumb, take the shoulders away from the ears. Gaze down, inhale. Forward fold, release, exhale. Lengthen, Ardha. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, twist to the right, left elbow or shoulder outside the knee. Good, hips draw back evenly. And we're heavy into the hips and the heels. And then sternum lifts and draws up towards the thumbs. Gaze down, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, Ardha, lengthen. And step or jump back into Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, up. Exhale, downward dog. Right side, Warrior One. Inhale. Hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Exhale. Inhale, lift and open the heart. Exhale, bow forward, humble the warrior. Strong back leg. Notice if that left arch is sort of collapsing. If you're able to, ground through the outer edge of the foot to lift through the arch. Right outer hip tends to splay out to the right. Keep drawing it back and under. Inhale, Warrior One. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Downward Facing Dog, left side. Inhale, Warrior One, come up. Exhale, hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Inhale to open, lift. Exhale, bow forward. Listen for your breath. Find some depth within the breath. Warrior One, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward, exhale, downward facing dog. Heels high, breathe in. Bend the knees, exhale, chest towards thighs. Pelvic floor lifting, low belly drawing up and in. Heels high, hips high, lengthen the legs. Exhale, ground the heels towards the floor. Then look forward, lift your heels again, bend your knees, step or jump, feet to hands, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana, inhale. Standing, Samastihiti, exhale. Chair pose again, inhale. Exhale, sit a little deeper, and then all the way down, boat pose, Navasana. Knees bent, legs straight, whatever works for you. V shape to the body. One more breath like this. Lower down halfway. Breathe through the nose. Back up. Two more breaths. Exhale the knees into the chest, rock and roll. Inhale, chair pose. Use your hands or not. Use your core for sure. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Activate those legs, downward facing dog. Exhale, draw back. Right side, warrior one. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands behind the back, interlace the fingers and open the chest for the inhale. Bow forward, humble, exhale. Then lift halfway, inhale. Lift your back heel, square your hip off, draw the belly in. Shift forward, lift your back leg, spread your arms like airplane wings. Revolving half moon, left hand down, right arm up, flex the back ankle, press out through the heel. Breathe steady. Crescent lunge twist. Left toes to the back of the mat, left elbow outside your right knee and bring the palms to press. Option one, stay there. Option two, working the shoulder outside the knee, left palm to the floor and open through the arms. Keep the back leg active. Inhale, gaze down. Exhale, hands frame your foot. Sweep the right leg up and back. Inhale, bend the knee, take the heel towards your glute, peel the hip open. Keep the left thigh bone drawing back, left heel towards the mat. Inhale, shoulders over the wrists. Step the right foot behind you, exhale, and then inhale, lift through the hips and open. Good. Look down. Right hand to the ceiling, right knee to the ceiling. Step forward. Crescent lunge. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to the floor, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha, down dog. Left side, warrior one. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, open chest. Exhale, bow forward. You're connecting your movements to your breath. Inhale, lift halfway and lift the back heel, shifting forward. You've exhaled by now. And then inhale, pick it up. Take the arms out like airplane wings, Digasana. Revolving half moon, right fingertips down, left fingertips up, press out through that right heel, activate the leg. Crescent lunge twist, bend the left knee, right toes to the back of the mat. Slide the right elbow or shoulder outside the knee. Move into whatever expression you may have done on the other side. See what's available. Steady breath. Gaze down on your inhale. Hands frame the foot, exhale. Sweep the left leg up and back, inhale. Bend the knee, heel towards your glute, and then open the hip. Right thigh bone draws back, right heel towards the mat. Keeping the shape of the legs, shift shoulders over the wrist. Drop the left foot behind you, and then open hips and heart. Look down, reach the left hand to the ceiling, left knee to the ceiling, really ground through that right foot. Step left foot to the top. Crescent lunge. Belly's lifting, guys. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Steady breath. Eyes to your drishti, navel gazing. Good. Next inhale, feet forward to hands, step or float, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Standing, Samastihiti, exhale. Stepping your feet hip distance apart, spread the toes, bring the hands to the hips. Lifting the crown of your head, breathe in. Exhale, fold forward, reach down, bind your big toes with your first two fingers, Padangustasana. Inhale, Ardha, lengthen. And then exhale, fold in. Spread the toes. Feet press down into the mat. The fingers pull up on the toes, but the toes resist. Feel yourself sending the hips back. Try and bring the hips above your heels. Lengthen the upper body down the legs. Lengthen again. Exhale there, hands to the hips. Press through the feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Feet together. Samastihiti. Exhale. Sorry, my ear turned on and it's blowing right at me. Inhale, step to the right, right toes to the back of the mat, arms to the T, Utthita Trikonasana. Exhale, reach. Lower the right hand, lift the left. If available, drishti or focal eye gaze, to the left fingertips. Lift the kneecaps, lengthen the tailbone to the back heel. Notice if the right side shortens. Try and lengthen through both sides. Inhale, rise. Pivot the feet. Exhale, other side. Ribs and belly in. Good, inhale, rise up. Turn and pivot to the back of the mat, left arm's lifted. Revolve triangle, exhale, left hand down, right arm up. Do your best to keep a square hip. So it's going to be helpful to keep the back leg strong and ground through the heel as we reach and open the right side. Inhale, rise up. Pivot. Exhale, left side, revolving triangle. Inhale, rise up. Feet together, top of the mat. Samastihiti. Exhale. Bend the knees, big step to the right, hands on the hips. Inhale. Feet are parallel, the toes are slightly turned in. Exhale, fold forward, hands down to the floor or blocks. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold in, crown of the head towards the mat. Shoulders from the ears, pressing through the feet. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands to your hips, exhale. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale there. Arms to the T, inhale. Hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, exhale. Lift through the crown of the head, inhale. Exhale, fold in for C. All the way up, inhale. Hands to the hips, exhale. Lift through the crown, inhale. Fold forward, exhale, bind the big toes for D. Then lengthen once, inhale. Fold in, exhale. Try and wrap your thumbs in the bind too, so they aren't a grounding point. Bend the elbows if available, shoulders away from the ears. Lengthen, inhale. Hands to hips, exhale. All the way to standing, inhale. Right toes to the back of the mat, exhale, extended side angle. Right forearm to the thigh or the hand to the floor. Maybe you go to a block if you're working towards the floor, reach through the left arm. So an option is to stay here, grounding through the outer edge of your left foot or reach with the left hand. or bind, half bind, maybe full bind. And then again, an option, if you'd like to, bird of paradise. The left foot steps forward to the right, and then the inhale lifts you to stand with your right leg. Maybe you extend it. Birds coming back down. Take your time. Binders release. Inhale to reach up. Straighten the right leg. Pivot the feet. Exhale, left side. Utthita Parshvottanasana. Extended side angle. Again, maybe you stay with a more traditional pose today. Half bind, full bind, or bird of paradise. Bird stepping down and back. Binders release. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, feet together. Samastihiti. Sweeping the arms up overhead. Breathe in. Forward fold, Uttanasana, exhale. Ardha, lengthen, inhale. Chaturanga Dandasana, exhale. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Walk your hands to your feet at the back of the mat. Find your right big toe with the first two fingers. Bring your left hand to your hip. Now, if you need to transfer the right hand to your right knee at any point in this, allow for that. You're going to bend your left knee a bit because when I shift the weight into the left foot to come to stand with my right leg, I want to press through the foot to move to a long leg, okay? It's an inhale breath that brings you up. Focus the eyes on something that's not moving. Option to exhale, open the leg to the right. Ground through the left foot, hand into the left hip, belly and back strong, right sit bone long. Bring the leg forward. Exhale, lower down to where you started. Shift the hand to the right hand to the hip, left fingers to the big toe if you know you need the knee. Make sure you bend the right knee and exhale all the breath out. Inhale to come to standing with the left leg. Pause, let the body find its way for a moment. The ankle joint calibrate. Option to exhale, the leg open to the left. Relax the jaw and shoulders. Bring some space between the molars if needed. Inhale the leg back to center. Exhale, lower back down where you started. Release the hands, fold in. Hold opposite elbows or rest the hands in the elbow creases and just hang, maybe sway a bit side to side. Soft through the knees. Release the hands to the floor. Look forward, walk to plank. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Gazing up towards the navel, breathing steady through the nose. Looking forward. Step or jump the feet to the outsides of the hands. Come into a squat so the toes turn out. Knees bend, hands could stay to blocks, floor, or maybe we bring the hands to the heart center. Press through the feet as if you will stand up any moment. Tailbone long, low belly lifting and drawing in. I'm using my elbows to kind of press my knees out to the right and to the left a bit. I'm also resisting that a bit and hugging in slightly. So I'm just finding a lot of activation. That's my intention there. So I don't sink into it, right? I just want to be really active. Lower the hands. Lift the hips. Bellies in. Heel toe your feet to about hip distance. Next exhale, fold into your legs. Lengthen again. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing. Reach the arms up. Exhale, arms down. Taking the arms back up overhead, breathe in. Take your right hand to your left wrist, left palm to the ceiling. Step your right foot behind you out to the left. And then reach the arms over to the left and send your hips to the right. Come back to center. Release the arms. Then switch. Left palm to right wrist. Right palm to the ceiling. Step the left foot behind to the outside of your right. And then reach. Oops, sorry. Right hand to left wrist. Excuse me. Left palm to ceiling. And then reach over to the right. Send your hips to the left. Come back to center. Release it all. Shake it out a little if you need to. And then coming back into your Samastihiti mountain pose. From there, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha, lengthen. And Chaturanga back, exhale. Upward face, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Come through to seated as you inhale. Legs long out in front of you, exhale. Flexing the left ankle, bring the right knee over your left. Taking the foot to the outside of the hip if available. So a half Gomukhasana. From there, I'm going to first have you twist over to the right. Your left ankle should be flexed. I can't flex mine right now because I have a cut on the back of my ankle. But for you all, flex it, activate it. Low belly draws up and in. Just a little opening. Face forward and then wait for the inhale. And fold forward, exhale. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release the leg and bind the hands with the foot with your hands. Inhale, extend long. So I'm not gonna lean back here, right? I wanna get tall from my sits bones grounding, pulling like the top of the thigh bone down into the hip socket. Lift tall. Some of you may find you're able to then bring your leg to your face. And I say leg to face, not face to leg. We want to keep the tall spine and bring the leg in if that's available. Okay? Elbows in, belly's all up and in. Sits bones grounding. Good, release to a manageable spot. Let go of the foot, reach forward, hold for 3, 2, and 1, lower down. Move through a flow or stay if you would prefer. If you're flowing, knees bent, plant the palms and inhale, lift, chaturanga, exhale. Upward inhale. And downward dog, exhale. Coming through to seated, inhale, legs straight, left knee bends, left knee over the right knee, flexing the right ankle, let the left foot rest outside the hip. So half Gomukhasana, twisting over to the left. Hips stay square. Inhale forward. Exhale, fold. Two more breaths. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release the leg. Take your hands to bind your foot. Ground down. Inhale, extend. Thigh bone down into the hip socket, spine tall. Option to bring the leg into the face. Exhale. Release to a manageable height. Release the arms, reach forward. 3, 2, 1, lower down. Shift a little side to side if you need to. Free from the flesh. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, fold forward. Paschimottanasana. Remember, both of your ankles are flexed. If you feel the thighs rolling open, try and bring the thighs or thigh bones back into neutral. So that means you would need to hug them towards each other. Okay? Inhale up. Exhale, cross shins, plant palms. Inhale, lift up, jump back, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Drop the head, release the neck. Inhale, come through to seated. Legs straight. Exhale, bend the right knee. Take the hip open so the foot moves to the inner thigh. My right sit bones need to scoot back an inch. Flex left ankle, activate the left leg, Janu Shirsasana, A, fold forward, down the left. So there's a bit of squaring off of the torso over the leg. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, release the pose, Dandasana, staff pose. Tall spine, chin towards chest, gazing down the length of the nose, legs active. Elbows may be bent depending on how long your arms are, because I'm not pressing into the floor to get taller. I'm letting all of this do the work. Legs, back muscles, belly. Good, other side, Janu Shirsasana A, bend the knee, then open the hip, connect foot to inner thigh. Left sit bone scoots back a smidge. Square off, fold forward. All the way, or halfway up, excuse me, inhale. Release the pose, exhale, Dandasana, staff pose. 3 breaths. 3. 2. 1, reverse table. Hands behind you, bend knees. Inhale, hips up. Let the head fall back if that's safe for your neck. Belly drawing in, up and in. Lower down, Navasana, one more time. One more breath. Exhale, bend, plant, cross. Inhale, lift. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Downward Dog. Option 1 is going to come back into that wide-legged squat at the top of the mat. Option 2. Step or jump your feet to the outsides of your hands. And then you're going to move your hands back and wiggle your feet in a little closer. Start to bring the chest through the legs so the tips of the fingers can grace the backs of your heels, and then plant your palms down as you bend your elbows, sitting back onto the tops or the backs of the arms. Now, we're not sitting heavy into the backs of the arms too much. We're still lifting at our center, drawing the belly in, sending our chest or sternum energy forward as we send the hip energy back. That may be it today. Stay there. Or start to wiggle your feet together. So you're thinking Chaturanga arms. Third option, maybe you cross one foot over the other. Keep everything strong. Press your hands down into the mat. Lift into the belly. Third or final option, lift your feet from the floor. Bhuja Padasana. And maybe you draw them in. Good. Go ahead and release, transition whatever way you would like to Chaturanga Dandasana. Releasing everything, upward dog, inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. Steady breathing. Go ahead and step or jump through to seated as you inhale. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide, exhale. Big breath in, fold forward. Relax the shoulders from the ears. All the way up, breathe in, knees together, hug them into the chest, exhale. Reach forward, separate the feet hip distance, inhale. Lower onto the back, exhale. Arms down. Heels slide closer in towards your glutes. Maybe the tips of your fingers grace your heels, again, depending on arm length. And bridge pose. Inhale, lift the hips. Roll the shoulders under the back, maybe interlace the fingers. Keep the legs active, the chest opening. Exhale, lower down. Same thing, or hands under shoulders for upward facing bow. Inhale, picking up. Exhale, come down. Third one, inhale, pick it up. Exhale, come down. Slowly let the knees fall into touch. Your feet separate wider on the mat. Gently windshield wiper your knees to the right and to the left. Let them both fall over to the right. Left arm up by the ear, rested on the floor. Possibly the right foot hooks the outer knee or leg. Release. Knees up on the inhale. To the left, exhale. Option for the add-ons. Right arm up by the ear, left foot hooks. Down, release the foot, knees to center, and then exhale, draw them into the chest, stretch your low back. Then feet to the ceiling, arms long by your sides, palms down, Supta Dandasana. Option to stay or shoulder stand, feet into the air, hands at the low back for support. Chin slightly off the chest. Press down into the elbows. Halasana, plow pose, toes towards the floor behind your head, keeping the hip creases lifting. If the toes touch down, maybe the arms release, fingers interlace. Keep the gaze lifted. You want to protect the neck. Bend the knees, ear pressure pose, knees hug the ears. Release, spine to the mat. All the way up to seated, gentle forward fold. Inhale, come up, countering with fish pose. Maybe the forearms stay down today as you point the toes, lift, lift, lift the chest, let the head fall back. If you have a lotus version or any other version, go right ahead. No, there's not really any other version, lotus or straight legs. But you may or may not use those forms so much. So over time, the crown of the head becomes a point, and then the hands hold the feet or just rest the arms on the floor. So over time, less and less form. Chin to chest, lower down. Bring the knees in, give yourself a little squeeze. Rock up to seated, move through a flow. Chaturanga, up and down dog. Through to seated once again, inhale. Exhale onto the back. Left leg long, right knee into the chest, set up your spinal twist. Exhaling the knee across the body. Back to center, switch legs, and exhale, twist. Back to center, inhale, knees into the chest, exhale. Rock and roll up to seated, inhale. Exhale, rest the hands on the knees, palms face up. Thumb and first finger could connect. Humble the head towards the heart. Breathe through the nose. ready, release onto your backs for your final rest. Final pose here in Shavasana. Letting everything move back into stillness. Soaking in all the benefits of your practice so that we can then share those benefits with others. Soften, let the lips part. The breath moves into a natural, steady breath. The eyes are closed, allowing it all to be enough. Starting with little fingers and toe movements. Deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Sliding the legs together, the arms overhead. Give the body a nice long reach. And then soften. Gently drawing the knees into the chest, roll the body over to the right. Placing the left palm down. Help guide yourself to seated, the eyes closed. Coming into a cross-legged position. And the hands together in front of the heart center. Then bringing the thumbs to the third eye or the space between your brows. May we know the truth. Take our hands to our lips. May we speak the truth. And then the hands down to the heart. May we feel it. Thank you all for sharing and joining in practice today. Namaste. Thank you all. If you have any questions, send me messages. Let me know.